What's going on YouTube? Today we're going to be vlogging because low-key I'm hella bored. I want to make my day more interesting. So let's get it. Okay, so I'm on my way to the gym right now. Normally I do fast in the morning, but today is leg day, so I'm having a quick banana and a couple almonds before I do get to my workout. My diet's pretty simple. It's mostly protein, fruits, and nuts. All natural, organic shit. Sometimes I'll order out. Very rarely. 80 to 90% of my foods are not processed. I'm also bringing with me to the gym some lemon water with a little bit of salt thrown in. I want to make sure I feel extra good when it comes to my hydration. And when you're sweating a lot and you haven't properly eaten your meals, sometimes you'll need to replenish your lost electrolytes. And your health doesn't only mean getting tons of protein in. It means getting all your necessary nutrients and vitamins that you need to survive. Anyways, it's a super hot day outside, super nice. I was outside earlier when I first woke up getting some work done, and I just love days like these. As you guys know, I talk a lot in my videos about dopamine resetting. That guy cut me off. Anyways, as you guys know, I talk a lot in my videos about dopamine detoxing. So my morning routine is very simple. I wake up, I do my morning prayers, I do my daily readings of the Bible, then I either read a book or work on learning on a language for just about 5-10 minutes. Obviously, the first thing I do when I wake up is actually rehydrate before any of this. I drink at least 8 ounces of water. Then finally, after those things, I'll go ahead and journal, get my thoughts out of my head. Now, you don't need to do all of this. Honestly, if you're looking for productivity, in my opinion, the best way is to just get up and start working. But that doesn't work for everybody, especially not me. I need to go ahead and calm myself down into the day. Anyways, after that stuff's done, I go ahead and get my first coffee of the day. Usually, I like to head outside and sit under the sun to drink it. You may be asking, Felix, why do you sit under the sun? Well, that's obviously to regulate my circadian rhythm and fix my hormones. During the summer, I was actually working a night shift, and my circadian rhythm got messed up very badly. And even to this day, I've been waking up way too late. So getting my morning sun helps me actually get tired when it gets dark out. Also regulating my hormones, so I actually wake up feeling energized. Anyways, all this to say, this is my ideal morning routine. I'm not gonna sit here and say I've done it every single day without fail. That's the one thing I need to work on most, is my consistency. But we all have our struggles, and I'm getting there. Oof, that tastes like salty lemon water, all right. It's interesting. As I roll up to the gym, right up here, I noticed that it's right next to the dollar store. Because it's also here by a movie theater, and they like to put dollar stores purposely by movie theaters, so that way people go ahead and they buy the snacks and sneak them in, right? But no, that dollar store back there, when I was a young kid, well, I like to think I'm still young, I'm 19 years old. But when I was 14, 15, I would come here with my friends and we would steal. And it's a tough thing to think about when I actually sit back and realize that I used to make those kinds of mistakes. But then it's also a nice thing to think about when I realize that I would never do that again. I don't know, just a thought. Anyways, I've arrived at the gym. One cool thing is, last night at the gym, I met this kid. He was 14 years old. I think he follows me, but if you're seeing this, what's up, bro? Anyways, he didn't know much about the gym. He was in his, I'd say, first month going. So I thought I would teach him a couple of exercises. So we did. We were there for a few hours together. And a conversation that came up is I was telling him that the gym isn't only about strengthening your muscles, but actually strengthening your mind and becoming more disciplined and building good habits, etc. He agreed, and he was like, I'm so disciplined. I showed up to the gym today and I didn't want to go. Isn't that what discipline is? And I was like, wow, he's got the idea already. Yes. But then I needed to humble him a little bit, because obviously I've been doing the same thing, showing up when I don't want to. Hell, right now I don't want to show up. I'd rather lay in bed and play video games and eat Doritos. That actually sounds like my dream fucking day. I used to do that. And if I'm being completely honest, I'm not so motivated every day. But I have the discipline. Why? Well, the real reason is my brain isn't addicted to the fucking dopamine hits like most people. But either way, I wanted to teach this kid a lesson. So I sat there and I looked around and I said, you see how busy this gym is? It was packed. I'm telling you, at least over 100 people in the same gym. And I looked around and I told him, there is at least one person here who either is going through something super difficult and horrible, like a breakup, a death in the family, or some type of health diagnosis in the families. Something horrible. And they're there working harder than me and you. That's what I told him. And in a way, it's true. The definition of pride, in my eyes, what he said was so prideful, saying that I showed up today, I'm disciplined, I did it. I think that's a terrible mindset to have. I think that the best mindset to have is total responsibility for everything. and saying that, hey, I did show up today, which is good. You should be proud of yourself in a way. But being happy for your accomplishment and saying that you're actually disciplined and you actually hit the goal already when you just started are two different things. Your confidence shouldn't be coming from comparing yourself to others, but it should be coming from fulfilling the promises that you made to yourself. I don't know, it just struck me the wrong way. It showed a sort of lack of humility. I didn't think he was so humble in saying that. However, he is very young, and I've said just as horrible things. It just goes to show the degrading mindset that a lot of kids have nowadays. Yes, you should believe in yourself, but overconfidence is what got the king trapped into a checkmate. Now, I've never really been amazing at public speaking until I did sales. It's actually kind of crazy that I'm able to talk to a camera and feel comfortable at the same time. But you'll make this kind of progress when you actually try to. If you have a goal and you set out a plan of how you can achieve it, you will achieve it. Remember, if you try your hardest, you cannot fail. I feel kind of disappointed in myself knowing that I was gonna go into the gym today and not work my hardest. I was thinking that on the way, you know what, I'm gonna take it easy. I'm gonna go light. You know what, I didn't eat much today before coming through leg day. I feel weak, I feel faint, I feel tired. But if I'm being honest, that's what the devil wants. The devil wants you not to try your hardest. If you can try your hardest in one endeavor, even if it's not as important, in one thing, like going to the gym or dedicating yourself to learning a new skill, if you can try your hardest at one thing, it makes it 10 to 15 times easier to try your hardest at doing another thing. I keep telling myself I want to succeed in my business, I want to succeed in my content creation, but if I can't succeed first at the gym and in my morning routine, then how can I force myself to succeed and actually go along with the delayed gratification that it takes to do these other things? You're building up the strength and discipline every time that you tell yourself you're going to do something and you actually do it. With that being said, guys, let's go get a workout in. I won't film much in the gym because I'm not some fitness influencer, but we're going to stay strong. Let's go. This shit is a fucking killer. All right, I just got done with my leg day. Not my best work, but super solid nonetheless. The birds are chirping a lot today. It's nice to be outside and see the nature that God has created. We have a beautiful earth. Anyways, it's time to head home. All right, guys, we just got back home. Everybody thinks that the gym is the hardest part of the day. In reality, it's the ice cold shower. Every time that I do this, I battle the demons all over again. And for some reason, for me, it's just as hard every single time. But that's what builds that strength and discipline. So let's get it right here, right now. All right, guys, now that that's done, the most important part of my post-gym routine is the food. So here's what we're having. I didn't have much today, but I threw together a little chicken burger and a banana. So I'm gonna relax, eat this, maybe watch some YouTube and chill. I'll get back to you guys. I like to eat outside a lot because it really helps me get a good connection with my food and with nature. Look what terrible, ominous, disgusting creature I found dwelling near my headphones. I'll leave him be. Can't hurt me. Whenever I have some free time during my day, I like to go outside, maybe to a local park and ground with nature. Maybe get some deep breathing exercises in, some prayer, meditation, and usually I'll sit down at the park and do some reading and just ground with nature. So that's exactly what I'm about to do at the local park. Right now I'm reading Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. I actually found this at the thrift store and heard a lot about it, so decided to give it a read. Obviously, all the things I did in today's routine isn't necessarily something that everyone can do, notably because I've been practically doing not much all day long. Most people have either jobs or school. Currently, I've taken a year off of school and I don't have a part-time job even. So right now I'm kind of free to grow and transform myself through my good habits that I'm building. And I hope I can inspire you guys to do the same. Whether that be an hour routine per day, 30 minutes, or even 5-minute routine that you guys can implement first thing in the morning or right before you go to bed. Any type of routine is a good routine. As long as you're not routinely doing something that isn't good. I don't know. So I just got through the first chapter. Super good book so far, but it's getting freezing outside, so time to head home. All right, everybody, now that we're back home in my home office, I'm gonna spend the next few hours working on my business, filming and editing more content. So that pretty much sums up today's video / vlog, whatever you wanna call it. I hope you guys can take some inspiration so you can make some good progress just like me. Remember guys, if you want to reset your dopamine, I'll leave a link below down in the description to a 90-day protocol to help me get rid of my dopamine addiction and build the habits that you saw pan out today. Have a good day, guys.